Are you listening? Damn. Yeah. Yeah.
But, nice and easy.
Oh, looks like he's going to try to get him up. I can't really tell from this angle. Yeah, got
him. Another episode of Trash Talk. TJ O'Connor with me as always, my partner Damian the Wolverine Hill. Trash Talk is joined tonight by Henry Pendleton, who's fighting November 15th at Jackpot Junction Casino against Jonah Ruby for Driller Promotions. Trash Talk is sponsored as always by Valhalla Combat Sports Incorporated, Ink Shrinks Tattoo, and Mile High CBD Buds. Henry, appreciate you taking the time to talk with us. How you doing this evening?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me. I'm feeling good. Just maintaining. Waiting for weigh-ins and big night.
Yeah, well, thank you for taking the time with us, and I hope you're not cutting too much weight. And we always apologize to the fighters, if we're infringing on time away from the family, time away from just relaxing and being comfortable, especially leading up to the fight, So we're always appreciative of it. So thank you.
Yeah, no problem. I've been on weight since like last Friday. It's catch weight, so. Yeah, I'm ready. So I'm just maintaining, waiting to have the celebration food afterwards and everything, So it is what it is.
That's awesome. And that's a great thing to hear as an amateur as well. Not being focused on trying to cut too much weight, rather just fighting guys like, all right, we weigh the same. We'll go ahead and just fight. We'll figure it out. Just a little background for the fans that might not know. What's your background in the martial arts? How did you get into training and eventually into MMA?
Well, I grew up boxing for Lower Sioux. That's where I'm from, so it's going to be a home fight, so that's going to be awesome. A lot of support out there, but a lot of boxing, and then it was basketball, and then I graduated high school and found Revolution, and then it was, boxing background, jiu-jitsu, some type of freestyle wrestling, and then I just keep running with the boxing and the, freestyle on the ground, and then boxing and kickboxing, I could say.
Oh, wow. Dude, that's amazing. How many boxing matches did you have?
I had a few growing up, maybe 4 or 5. And then, smaller area, a lot of basketball and football country. So there wasn't really many boxing clubs unless we were going all the way to the cities and everything, to the metro area. So that's what kind of led me to playing basketball and stuff. But, yeah.
Okay. Well, no, that's always great to hear, too, because, there's things that we can find on paper easily, but we don't always know all these things. I had no idea that you had a boxing background or that you were a basketball player, and then knowing that you had some boxing and then had to or you started playing other sports because it wasn't around and then found MMA later on in life. Do you feel like it came full circle now?
Yeah, fighting's my, I could say fighting's my true love, It was what I wanted to do. I think it's what I'm, what I'm supposed to be doing right now. So I'm just running with it and everything, putting my all into it.
No, definitely. And I would agree with that because I just even listen to you talk right now, just the excitement you have when you talk about it. My favorite thing is when you're going through the stuff you like to focus on, how boxing came through twice and then through kickboxing in there as well. So definitely a guy that likes to stand and bang. That's always a favorite of mine.
That's what the people want to see, right?
Yeah, like Damian said, coming full circle as a fighter, obviously a natural athlete. How has playing other sports, especially like you said, you're playing basketball at a competitive level, how has that translated back into MMA?
I think it's just to stay in the dedication and just the commitment to it. If you're not committed and dedicated to fighting, you might as well just stay home. You might as well just stay home. Don't even try, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I like what you just said right there because that's one of the greatest philosophies that a fighter can believe in because people need to think of it like this. If you're doing this as a hobby, you're trying to see if this is something I want to do, maybe you're going to get matched up with somebody who knows for a fact that this is what the fuck they want to do and they're coming to kill your ass, Mr. Hobby Guy. This is not the sport for it to be a hobby, if you're going to step in the cage, you got to be ready to fight.
Yeah. It's a lifestyle, a lot of sacrifices. You can't be, that 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Like you said, you're going to get put in there as someone that's like, this is where I'm at right now. I'm going to try to make it to the next level after that, the big leagues. So it's just if you're not fully into it, if it's not what you want to do, just, it's all right just to train, it's okay to do that. You don't have to, someone's just gonna get hurt that way.
Oh, yeah.
Man, definitely. Yeah. And that's something you can't stress enough because, with other sports, you can lose a football game, you can lose a basketball game, but fighting it's an intimate sport. And, losing this to find out if you're interested usually isn't the way to go. You want to be all in. So what event, you mentioned going up north. I'm not sure if you went up there for school or not. A lot of people tend to do. How did you find your way into Revolution? And just talk a little bit about the gym itself up there for the people that might not know.
Okay, yeah. I found my way into Revolution. I was just I was working out and bumped into one of the other fighters, Britton Klebe, and then he's just like, "Hey, you into jiu-jitsu and fighting?" And I was like, "Yeah." There's gym around in Revolution, and then ever since then, it's just been that's what we've been doing. Every day, pretty much. That's what we do. That's how I found my way into it, and then there's not much else to do up here, so I just found something positive to do with my time and then helped me get through school too. So.
Oh, yeah. What'd you go to school for?
I got my bachelor's in criminal justice.
Oh, you going to be a cop?
Yeah.
Hey.
Okay. Please, if I'm ever pulled over when you're
just remember Trash Talk.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's a perfect
sure.
segue. Obviously getting to training like this, that's going to prepare you down the road for some situations, I'm sure. So you're getting training. When did you actually make the decision to fight? Because I'm not sure if it was the plan initially, but I feel like, through 3 fights, you've definitely jumped in the deep end and established yourself. Through three fights, ranked number 7 in the state, and I feel like you fought some of the toughest guys. Was that initially the plan here, just to test yourself against the toughest competition?
Yeah, I think so. Like I was saying, if you're not going to do this for, to make that headway, to see what you got, I don't think there's really no reason to do it. So I think that was the thing, to jump into the deep end, and see, am I going to sink or am I going to swim? And I think that's what the initial goal was. So yeah, like my first fight was at a weight class above at 185. So that was a good test right there, I think, to see if I had it or not. And then, naturally I'm a 170. So yeah, that 185 was a good test right away to see if this is what I want to do or not, fighting the bigger guy.
Oh, hell yeah. Always baptism by fire, and I was just going to say, like, I'm going to add to your answer to TJ. Did you not hear him say earlier that he's a motherfucking fighter, dude? This is what he wants to do, bro. Of course he's going to go against the toughest guys, bro. Of course.
Obviously, and I'll put the dunce hat on for that. So just to answer on that tough thing, obviously you're a fighter. Obviously, you mentioned you're from the Lower Sioux area, from the Morton area. How much of a no-brainer was it when you got the call to fight at Jackpot?
Oh, I said, let's do it. Let's go. It doesn't matter. It is what it is. Let's go.
Did you have an opponent yet when they offered you a fight?
No, I was getting ready for the May fight. And then Jeremy messaged me. He's like, hey, I got something to ask. And I was like, what is it? And then I was like, I thought something maybe happened or May wasn't a go. And then it was Lower Sioux. And I was like, oh yeah, let's go. Let's do it. It was like midnight, 1 o'clock. I was like, yeah, let's do it. So yeah, it was a no brainer.
Oh, that's awesome. So you mentioned taking the fight, not even caring who the opponent was. No. You finally get the opponent. You're fighting Jonah Ruby. What do you know about Jonah as a fighter? What do you expect this fight to be this Friday night?
I think fighting anybody is going to be a grinder. Like he wants to be one of the best too. So he's going to bring it. He's going to be a grinder, and I try not to worry too much about what everyone else what it's going to do. I can't control that. I can't control what they're going to bring. I just focus on myself, bring my tools, come as sharp as I can come, mentally, physically prepared as I can. So that's my goal.
Oh yeah. And as spoken like a true fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, definitely. I feel like that's the perfect answer. I ask that question every time. And I don't know if everybody started studying it, but like that's the perfect answer. It's not even really a test, but it's more of just to kind of get an idea of the fighter's mindset. But when I hear a guy, especially at an amateur level, just talking about focusing on what he can do, focusing on his learning, and that's all that's going to help you succeed. Fighting the toughest guys and worrying about yourself, I mean, that's clearly shown to be the recipe for success at an amateur level.
Yeah, I think if you get focused on what someone else is going to do, you're not gonna bring what you can do. You know, if you're gonna be too worried about this, and then that person, you know, whoever your opponent could come in with a whole new game plan. You know, last fight's last fight. You know, this is in and now, so just focus on that. That's what I like to bring to it.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, dude. Yeah. Now, when you go into a fight, you're not worried about the things that they're doing leading up to the fight and everything. What do you think that they need to worry from you, or what do you think that they have to worry about from you? You know, what do you feel is your most dangerous attribute? And I'm not talking just power, just wrestling or striking or whatever. Like, you can go more in depth. Like, what do they have to fear about you?
Being a warrior. I'm gonna bring it. I'm gonna just try to grind it out. You know, be a dog. Like a couple weeks ago, that BMF fight. You know, now everyone's BMF this, BMF that. Should have been that before. You know, like I think just fighting. You know, just we're gonna fight. Just bring it. You know, just do what you're gonna do. Leave it there. You know, you got 9 minutes. You know, 15 minutes, whatever it may be. Just, you know, have fun with it. You know.
This is actually our first time talking. You and Jonah remind me so much of each other.
Yeah, this fight's gonna be chaos.
Oh my God, this is you guys. This was meant to be. This is great, dude. And I like you already. And oh man, you two are gonna be friends after this fight, regardless. Dude. This is
yeah. That's what it is. You know, that 9 minutes we're in there. You know, we don't have to like each other, but afterwards, you know, it's all love. You know. We're all chasing the same dream in a way. So
yeah, you guys are so alike, man.
Yeah, no, I love this, and I don't know if people have been able to see my smile just getting bigger and bigger. Listening to you talk, I love the way that you bring about this, the mentality you have. I've been a fan from afar. My job, you know, with Trash Talk is to find the up and coming fighters. So I've seen your fights. I love what you do in the cage, but like Davey said, this is the first time we've had a chance to talk, and man, you're selling me, man. I'm a fan. This fight's going to be crazy. Just before we wrap this one up tonight, are there any teammates, sponsors, anybody outside the gym that's been there for you that you'd like to take this time to give a shout out to?
Yeah, my girlfriend Tara and my little girl Odessa. Just like to say thanks for them. You know, understanding the sacrifices that we do. You know, that family time, getting the late nights and everything, and the time away, you know, extra time that I have to put in traveling to go to different gyms and everything. And then Red Lake Boxing, Mike War Dog and them up there helping me out a lot too.
Oh yeah, a lot of the fans don't understand the fact that people are taking time away from their family, you know, and away from other things as well to dedicate themselves into fighting, and they're putting on a show for you guys. And oh my God, and when people understand that, I think they are able to appreciate it a little bit more, because TJ and I have expressed it plenty of times in other interviews. We love families, and we love the fact that people are able to, I don't know, pursue a passion and still balance the whole family life, work, family, kids activities and things like that, you know, and you're taking your time away from that to fight. That's appreciated. And the time you took away from your family to talk with us is much more appreciated, and I thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having me. You know.
Oh, of course, Henry. Like I said, best of luck here. You know, finishing up the rest of this camp. You said you're pretty much at your weight already, so I look forward to seeing you fight. Best of skill in the fight.
Thank you.
I won't be there personally. Damien will be there representing Trash Talk. So look forward to seeing the fight, seeing you afterwards. It's Henry Pendleton versus Jonah Ruby, Jackpot Junction, November 15th. This Friday. I mean, we're here. It's fight week, ladies and gentlemen. Buy your tickets if there's still room. Like and subscribe to Trash Talk with Damien and TJ. I'm just rambling now. We out.
Thank you.
Are you listening? Damn.